Really happy to have with us in our second segment. As we tape the show today, it's a beautiful day, a beautiful golf day. Dave Frem, who's the owner and general manager of Cyprian Keyes. Dave, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, you've been gracious enough to host, some of our chamber events over the years with some of our affiliate chambers and things. And Cyprian Keyes is always a great venue for those events, but also a great place to golf or to learn how to play golf. Wanted maybe you could talk a little bit about Cyprian Keyes, but what I found most interesting last time we were out and we were chatting is kind of the history and almost 30 years.
Yeah, we opened in '97. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Actually, we bought that land from the Catholic Church, the Diocese of Worcester.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are old enough and have been Catholic growing up in Central Mass might remember Barland Acres. It was old Barland Acres mansion. And the name Cyprian Keyes, that mansion that was there on the property back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, had an original home by the gentleman who was named Cyprian Keyes, who built it back in 1734. And then there's this beautiful music room that a lot of people remember. We do a lot of events in our music room. It's an old English music room that the Barton family, which is part of the Barland Acres, brought over in the 1930s. It's an old English music room. It's probably about 175 years old now. So we were able to keep that room. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep Cyprian Keyes' home. It was just in a state of disrepair, but it's nice, and that's why we named it what we did, kind of tie back to the community. And if I can make a plug for some of the things we do for the chamber, we love those events too. A lot of people don't realize we do that because it's really important for us to be part of that community and to be part of the business community because well, frankly, it's a lot of fun for us. It's good to make those connections, and we're happy to host those kind of things and take advantage of the clubhouse that we do have.
Yeah, and it is, people will say, and it is true that a fair amount of business does get done on the golf course. Whether it's at 9 holes or full 18, but it does happen. So there's some mutually kind of beneficial opportunities when you host those. Yeah, and you mentioned Barland Acres. I am of that generation.
Yes.
Remember that as a kind of a retreat for various parishes and things being hosted there. But you buy Barland Acres, okay, we want to create a golf course. That you and your family at the time, that's a big undertaking.
Yeah, it turned out to be a bigger undertaking than we expected. We had a couple partners that kind of helped get the project started, so it was going to be kind of a fun investment project. My family's a big golf family. I grew up playing at Mount Pleasant, which is now the Haven, and we've always been connected to golf going back generations. And but for various reasons, both partners left the project during construction, so all of a sudden it became that kind of a big, somewhat onerous project for our family. And that's when I got involved to help build the infrastructure. And I always joke that I was going to give them a few years and move on, and it's now been almost 30.
The George Bailey of Central Mass. It's a wonderful life.
Right. But the business got a little tougher than we expected, so we really focused directly on the business. It's growing, it's doing well now. But yeah, it is a big undertaking because we built an 18-hole golf course and a 9-hole par 3 course and the clubhouse. And so it's been a real fun ride these past 30 years.
And I wanted you to talk about, that's a really unique feature that you have, is that par 3 9-hole golf course. Somebody was just telling me, a woman I know, that she was golfing it and loved it, and she's a fairly kind of new golfer, but maybe talk about the genesis of that and why and how that's been received.
Well, actually, and it was more of, when we first opened, our golf course is somewhat unique. The 18-hole golf course, the 9th hole doesn't come back to the clubhouse. And I think that little spark of, because that was the best design we could come up with an architect, of course. And so we had a little extra land, and we were debating what to do with it, and I wasn't directly involved with this decision, but we realized we have enough room for this 9-hole par 3, which again wasn't really common back in the 90s, and it's been great. When we first opened, it was really, like you said, mostly for beginners, a lot of older folks who maybe didn't want to play the 18-hole golf course. But over the last 5-6 years, it's really changed. We're seeing a lot of young folks. It's been great to see the younger generation, the millennials, get into the game, and it's great for like a quick 9. Actually, I play that more than I play the 18-hole golf course because I can get up there at 7 a.m. I'm in my office at 8:30 or even earlier, and it's a lot of fun. And that's been a great hidden gem is maybe an overused marketing term, but I love that term for that course because it's been great to really connect with a lot more people and let them know golf is maybe not as intimidating or as challenging. It's not an easy game, but it's a fun game, and the par 3 kind of gives them that entry-level step into it.
And then if people, even I'm sure great golfers like you, you want to be able to just get out there, and it's part of it's to get better, you've got to practice and you've got to be out there and muscle
Again,
memory.
I do have to disagree with my terminology as a great golfer. I'm not just an average golfer like everybody else, but I do have fun doing it. And that's what's great about the par 3. I think it enhances the social aspect of the game, and it's really great to see people, old, young,
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you see those generations. We see so many, you know, foursomes that's got a 10-year-old, a 40-year-old, and a 75-year-old, and it's so much fun to see.
So members, public, you know, how do
Yeah, so we're a
people-
public golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, if you want to come up to play Cyprian, take a lesson, have lunch, dinner, do an event, we're open to you. We do have a membership which allows people to play regularly to come
Right.
up, and we actually, the biggest growing membership we have is our par 3 membership. People just want to play that course and only that golf course, and so we are public, but we do offer those memberships for those frequent players.
Right, and some programs for kids too, right?
We do, yeah. We actually have a great junior golf school.
Yes.
Actually, we're just about to get, our first week was postponed, unfortunately, due to all the snow days that the schools had. So,
yeah.
but we have all summer long, we do a week-long junior golf school. We have a PGA Junior League, like traveling team, which is a great program.
And there aren't many of those that exist in Central Mass, am I correct?
No, I think a lot of golf courses do have instructional programs, but I do think our week-long, it's really a 4-day
Yeah.
golf schools is unique. We do partner with a program called Youth on Course, which actually benefits Cyprian and any golf course. Allows kids to play for $5 a round if they're a member. So
Yeah,
we try to
that's
do a lot for the kids. The joy that the kids bring to the game is kind of a bonus for us as people in the industry. But it's nice to see those on-ramps, because those are, again, it sounds like a cliche, but that's the future of our business, is to get the younger
A lot of
folk
people
involved.
don't think that way,
Yeah.
you know, and I've heard golfers and people and families talk about kind of your approach and welcoming to that,
Yes.
the young people and families is kind of a unique element. Now, you know, like a lot of sports and industries and technologies, yeah, there are ups and downs. You know, certainly it's been publicly reported that, you know, during COVID there was a big boost and a
Yes.
jump in people taking up golf or maybe going back to the game. Has that sustained itself, and where are we now?
It has actually. COVID, as terrible as it was, and we all wish it didn't happen, was a boon for golf. Massachusetts, because it was Massachusetts took the conservative approach to kind of keeping businesses closed to be safe. So we lost 7 weeks in 2020, but despite that, and when we reopened, you know, a lot of people came into the game, and that has been sustainable. I think in part due to courses like us that are investing back into it. So that boom has helped us to reinvest back into course equipment and course maintenance and some infrastructure projects and some of these programs that we hadn't been doing as much as we're doing now. And so the boom, I think, is still there. I mean, it's not quite like it was in COVID when
Right.
no one could do anything but golf.
Right, right.
But I'm very bullish about the golf industry. I think it's strong, and I think we try to position ourselves, again, with that par 3 course, with
Right.
instruction, with a good challenge, an 18-hole golf course, to try to hit those different levels of golfers.
Right, right. And then just, you know, you mentioned, you know, that people golf, but there's so much behind the scenes, the logistics, the working with grounds crews, constantly being vigilant of that. So, you know, and then on the, you know, with the hosting various events and facilities and things, you're a pretty significant employer.
Yeah, we actually have about 150 employees, not all full-time, of course.
Right,
I mean,
right.
most of them are part-time, most of them are seasonal, a lot of them are young. We're the first job for quite a few people.
Those paychecks are important, whether
Yes.
full or part-time.
And but it's fun to see a lot of those young kids that come to us at 16, 17 and grow with us for a few years until they go off on their own careers. And so, yeah, there's a lot of a variety of businesses, and it's challenging and fun at the same time, because, you know, some days I'm on the food and beverage side helping with events of the restaurant, some days I'm on the golf side, some days I'm on the golf course touring it with our superintendent Dan, just to talk about where we may need to put some investment in.
Right,
So it definitely, the variety is fun, and it does have its challenges, as you pointed out, because you got to know how to prioritize all those different things.
The title as
Yes.
owner and general manager,
Yes.
you go where
Thank you.
needed. If we've got viewers out there that are interested to learn more, or, you know, want to come up, check out the place, how can they learn more about Cyprian Keyes?
Well, we do have a website, obviously, like everybody else. CyprianKeyes.com has everything on that. And we just say come up and take a look. I mean, we have a restaurant that's open to the public with a great patio. When the weather's good like today,
Yep.
when we're filming, it's a great place to be. We have music every weekend all throughout the summer. So the goal is just to come up, check us out. You're welcome to, you know, contact me or anyone else up there if you have any questions. But again, we're open to the public, and the building's open,
Right.
you know, from 6 a.m. to 10
Right.
a.m.
And I don't
every
think
day.
you said where you're located.
We're in Boylston,
if
Massachusetts.
someone doesn't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
actually, and that's maybe a misnomer for a lot of people, and not a misnomer, but a misconception of the people that are in Worcester. From where we're recording right now, it's maybe 12 minutes away. We're right off 290, right in Boylston.
Yeah, easy to get to from Worcester.
Right,
yeah.
and a lot of people show up for the first time saying, "Well, I got here faster than I thought." So,
Right.
free parking, and that's
Yeah.
something, maybe a bonus you don't get in downtown Worcester sometimes. But yeah, we're happy to have you if you have a chance to come give us a visit.
Yeah, great. Dave Frem, owner and general manager of Cyprian Keyes, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Since 1889, Bank Hometown has stepped up to bat for our neighbors. In the past 5 years, we've donated $1.3 million to local organizations that help enrich lives and bring people together. And we're not stopping there. We're always looking to tackle the challenges of today and fuel the leaders of tomorrow. No matter how life changes over the years, we'll continue to show up for our neighbors, for our communities, and for you. Bank Hometown. Unlock your potential.